back in the 1970s, it was his dazzling performance in his glam rock persona of Ziggy Stardust that made David Bowie an international success, even with those distinctive choppers.
I met David right at the beginning of March of '72. Somehow I got caught up in this whole Ziggy thing. Without warning, he started biting away on Mick's guitar, and I got that shot from the side, like the perfect place at the perfect moment.
This iconic image of Bowie showed that his teeth weren't US grade, but he got away with it.
If his teeth weren't totally pucker, then that was just another thing where people would embrace it anyway as just being part of the general freakiness.
Celebrity surgeon Alex Caridis looks Major Tom in the molars.
Here's a picture of David Bowie in the Ziggy Stardust era. His teeth don't look particularly great. I mean, look at this here. His incisors here look almost fang-like. His two front teeth as well are quite prominent. Now, ideally, this ought to have been corrected by the age of 12 with braces at a time when his mouth and his head are still growing. But clearly, that didn't happen here.
However, in 1980, Bowie made his first attempt at buffing up his teeth in time for his most successful album, Let's Dance.
Bowie was always highly visual, interesting sort of cult performer. And the one thing holding him back, at least, you know, for himself, was this self-consciousness about his teeth. But if he was really going to make a pop move, even just for his own presentation, getting his teeth cleaned up was an important part of how he was going to project himself out there. And so along with the new suits, the new haircut, came the new choppers.
In the world of pop, a polished image is everything, and for Bowie that meant a dazzling smile and whiter teeth.
Well, here are two pictures of David Bowie. Here he is in his Let's Dance period. I clearly see some changes have occurred to his teeth, but what are these changes? Let's look more closely at them in his close-up images. Looking at these gums in particular, to me they look somewhat healthier, somewhat pinker. The teeth also have changed compared to this picture. They look somewhat brighter, somewhat whiter. So it's possible that he could have had a bit of teeth whitening to try to enhance the look. The other thing, of course, is that he still has this misalignment of his teeth here, which is somewhat detracting from the appearance of his teeth.
Years of drug abuse had made the 70s a real grind for Bowie, and in the late 80s, his other addictions were reported to be taking the shine off his newly polished gnashers.
One reason for his rotten teeth may well have been the fact that he smoked, I don't know, 40 to 50 cigarettes a day. He was a serious chain smoker, was David Bowie. Serious chain smoker.
This is a picture of David Bowie in 1987, and by this stage there were plenty of reports in the press about how bad his teeth were, that they were in fact rotting. Primarily, smoking can cause staining and discoloration of the teeth, as well as recession of the gums. Now, if we look closely at his mouth here, we can see signs of this, particularly here. You can see some recession of the gums here. There's some yellow staining here. And of course, he still has that crookedness. All in all, I would say not a great set of teeth.
But all that was about to change when in the early 90s Bowie married one of the world's most beautiful women, supermodel Iman, and had his most drastic teeth transformation yet.
It may well be the fact that he was socializing with beautiful people. If you're less than perfect and you have problems, i.e. with your teeth, I think that dealing and socializing with these type of people might make you very conscious of the way your smile looks, and therefore may make you want to have something done to try to correct this and improve it.
He's always been aware of the look and the style of being a rock star in addition to just the sound. Once he gets together with Iman, he looks so cleaned up. Bowie and Iman represent glamour and superstardom. They don't represent crazy, weird rock and roll.
Bowie's new teeth may have given him the edge in the glamour stakes, but there were other professional considerations.
For a person like David Bowie, it's important to check phonetics when you do cosmetic dentistry. Actually placing material on the teeth, see if it functions properly, and in his case, can he sing properly? If you make teeth too long or too short, you could cause a person to lisp, cause teeth to click, or dentistry to break. So it's very important, especially for an entertainer.
Well, by 1995, we can see quite a transformation here with his smile. Look at this picture compared to 1987. There's a big change, big improvements on his teeth. Here, on these close-up images, we certainly see some changes. The crookedness that he had here between his canines and his incisors has disappeared in this image, and that's quite clearly evidence of some good cosmetic dentistry. It's very likely and quite probable that he's had some crowns. So overall, a massive improvement to his mouth and his smile, and overall a great look.
David Bowie's music is among the most influential of all time. He's a multi-millionaire, happily married to Iman. These days, he can afford to smile in every way.
I think a good smile is extremely important. Many surveys have showed that people make snap decisions about our character, our intelligence, our success, just by the way our teeth look.
Trying to emulate the Hollywood smile has led to a 300% rise in cosmetic dentistry in the last few years, making that killer celebrity grin the latest must-have accessory.